Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for facts to make your brain go. Good Friday, Easter. Hopefully you're home right now listening to the show on your smart speaker or the app or your desktop, because that would be really cool if you had the day off. But a lot of us have to work. We're here for you. So, you still can enjoy the Jesus holiday. And however you celebrate, it's interesting for me because I'm Orthodox. And this is one of those rare times when the Orthodox Easter matches up with the regular Christian Easter. So we're all doing it together, at least in my eyes. Sometimes they're like a month apart. And it's weird. I get like month-old Peeps, at the store, those like the clearance Peeps,
Yeah, right?
Which they're cheap, but they're also stale.
They go bad fast. The Peeps are a much more time-oriented snack.
Yeah, you can put them in saran wrap, but they don't keep. They don't hold up.
They just don't.
No. So I'm really happy the Easters match up for all my, my Greek people out there, the Orthodox people out there enjoying the Easter at the same time. So we all like the same things, though. We like that candy. We will get to how Chicago most eats a chocolate bunny. Ears first, feet first, or ass first?
I was saying that nobody dives into the ass end of a bunny first, and that's creepy. And someone said, I never eat ass to ears. And I think that's so funny.
Ass to ears?
No one eats ass to ears.
Well, we're about to find out. I'm going to lay that out for you. You might be surprised how Chicagoan goes, how they roll. But first, let's do some other things, like the number one candy. Do you just want to take a guess on it? It's probably pretty easy. This isn't like any big suspense here.
Wait, the number one candy?
The number one Easter candy, the favorite on Easter. I can go through them if you want, but if you want to guess.
It's either a chocolate bunny or it's a Cadbury egg.
Oh, okay, let's go through this list then, because you're not right.
You're like, okay, well, obviously I'm a dumb bitch. I got nothing right.
Clearly, it's what I was going to say. So, number 5 is the robin eggs.
Okay.
Which is the Whoppers. So it's like the Whoppers type eggs?
I hate Whoppers, but yes. Okay.
Oh, I love Whoppers.
I don't know. That's like the malt, whatever.
Yes, malted milk balls. See,
I don't like malt. I don't even like malts, like when you buy malt. There's something, whatever malt flavoring is, I don't like.
Well, now you just got me thinking what a malt is, because I like malts, but I don't know what I'm eating.
It's it's like a powder. Like you put in malt powder when you make a malt.
Before we go on, I have to ask, what is...
It's so weird, right?
Malt. So...
I'm like, ugh.
Malt is a cereal grain, typically barley, that's been germinated. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. And then dried. The process is called malting. Wait, this might be...
Germination is grain that's soaked in water, encouraging it to sprout.
No, wait, that's for beer.
Oh.
I think we're wrong, because there's malt in beer.
Malt. Do chocolate. Malt chocolate. Malt chocolate. I just went off what you said.
I know.
Okay.
So
chocolate malt can refer to a few different things. Malted milk powder added to a milkshake, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A type of malted barley used in beer or chocolate candy bar. So malted milk powder is the most common meaning. It's powdered mixture of malted barley. So it's still barley.
Yeah, it's still germinated, too. They still use that word germinated. I don't like...
Cocoa powder's in it, too. So they're still using that, barley germinated stuff, but then they add... Who was like, we should put this in a milkshake?
I love it, though.
A lot of people do. My dad loves it. I'm not a fan of the flavor of malt.
Now we all know what malt is.
But it comes in at number 10, so I guess a lot of people like it.
Well, this is 5, so we're just doing the top 5.
Oh,
so
wow.
Robin eggs, 9% of Chicagoans like those, the Easter-themed Whoppers. Number 4 is jelly beans. I'm not a jelly bean fan, but I know a lot of people are.
My dad takes those to the head. He could knock out 800 jelly beans in a day.
Now, yours was number 3. Cadbury cream eggs are 13% of Chicago loves those for Easter, so they're number 3.
I will say Cadbury caramel eggs is superior in flavor.
I don't think I've ever had a caramel. I've had just
They have caramel filled.
I like that cream fill when the white stuff just kind of oozes out.
Is that what you like, Brian?
I like the white stuff oozing out.
Oozes out.
That's what I like.
That's Brian's favorite, coming in at number 3.
That's it. Number 2 was just the basic chocolate Easter bunnies. And by the way, I'm going to Costco today. They have like a 2-foot tall chocolate bunny.
You told me that. How much is it, though? Because I want to go get one, but I'm scared they're going to be like $75.
They're not, but my head is having them remembered at $11, but I think I'm wrong.
There's no way. Was it 111?
I'll take a picture later and post it on Facebook.
Can you please text it to me first so it'll sell out? Because I was going to go pick them up, but I'm like, I don't want to drive, but my Costco's not close to me, so I have to have like things to buy when I go to Costco.
I swear I think it's $11, but I also might have just been dreaming.
It's 11?
I was really tired when I was there, so it might have been it might have been $111. I just didn't get it right, or $101.
Okay.
Anyway.
They're 2 feet tall.
Number one, which I thought was easy, but I guess it isn't. Everybody's got their favorite Easter candy, is the Reese's peanut butter eggs.
Oh,
so
see, I love those, but nobody in my family will eat them.
Really?
Nobody in my family will eat peanut butter but me and the baby, but he's not picky right now.
That's interesting because that's at 26%. So a quarter of Chicago, that's their favorite Easter candy, the Reese's peanut butter eggs.
They are sweeter. I don't know what it is because you may be like, what's the difference between a Reese's cup and a Reese's egg? I don't know what it is, but the Reese's egg shape is totally sweeter.
Are you really clapping between all your?
I
don't know what
I'm
it is.
passionate about this. It tastes sweeter. It's crazy.
They're awesome. I like them in the fridge too, and they come out a little cold. You know, I love that.
We're talking about Brian.
Yeah. Now, Peeps, people were asking about Peeps. So Robin Eggs was 5 with those are the Whoppers, the malt stuff. So Peeps were 6th with 7% of the vote. So
I have to say, and
Yeah.
I'm sure someone's going to want to punch me in the face for saying this.
for a lot of reasons.
Easter has, I know. Put it on the list. Easter has the worst candy roundup of any holiday.
Oh, come on.
Malt
Bad take.
ass. Okay, it is. The bunnies that are popular are plain milk chocolate. Like, they're adorable, but I don't want a plain milk chocolate bunny. I want throw some caramel or something in it. I'm not nuts about the cream filling in Cadbury eggs. The caramel's better. Peeps, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just have the worst candy roundup of any holiday.
Well, what are we going to do? Rank the candy holidays? So Halloween's 1, right? Don't
up
say
with
Christmas. What?
Christmas has got some bangers.
We got chocolate Santas. They just stole Easter.
Well, you know what? I love peppermint. Though.
Oh, see, I hate
It's got
mint.
a peppermint,
Yeah.
I mean, Valentine's Day they probably have the best candy.
Valentine's Day better than Halloween with the assortment?
Well, think of all the a really nice box of assorted like truffles and chocolates. That's better. That's better than a mini Three Musketeers.
So we got, I'm trying to, before we get to ass to ears and see what people, how they eat.
'cause that's important.
That's the last fact we're going to do. So you've got, candy holidays, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter. No, Thanksgiving doesn't have candy, right?
Barely. I don't think we put that on the list.
July 4th? No. I mean, there's
No.
desserts. Like you're outside grilling brats and then you put
And they all suck because they all include fruit. Because they're like, look, I made an American flag out of strawberries and blueberries. I'm like, well, that's great, but it's not a dessert. So
I don't mind if it's on the table. I'm not eating it. If it wants to look like,
way to go.
I like the American flag, a big patriot.
yeah, way to go on the diet dessert. This is a blast because it looks like a flag.
Is there any other candy holiday before we move on? President's Day?
No, I think those are the main. Right? Are we missing a big holiday?
Martin Luther King Day candy.
I don't think they have the biggest lineup. So those are your main candy forces.
All right, got it.
And you're gonna tell me Easter's not at the bottom of that list?
Not the bottom. I'm just saying it's not. It's you're saying it's at the bottom. I mean, I'm saying.
I know. I'm saying you're gonna tell me it's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not. I'm gonna say
Really?
Halloween.
What's at the bottom?
Halloween and then Easter. The bottom would be Martin Luther King Day candy holiday.
No, that doesn't count.
All right, let's get to the important one here. How Chicagoans eat the chocolate bunny this weekend. Do you start with the ears? Do you start with the feet? Do you start with the butt? And many people wondering if we go ass to ears on our Halloween candy bunnies. You're going to be shocked, okay?
What?
How many people go for the butt first?
No way.
Big build up here. Okay, you're not going to be shocked. Only 6% go butt first.
And they're all murderers. I've featured all of them on Kenzie's Crimes.
That's right. We do a deep dive on that. On Tuesday, we have Kenzie Crimes again at 8:20. Yeah. So it's butt first. That's 6%. Feet first are 16. 77% start with the ears, like normal people. Get those ears off.
Okay.
Take them ears off, girl.
You got to start with the ears. That's sane, and then the rest is very unhinged.
Yeah. I do want to meet the butt first people, though. You go butt to ears.
I don't think you want to. You can say that, and then you're going to be in an alley with an ass first guy, and you're scared.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
About 10 minutes away, we will get to clash with Kenzie. It's the last chance this week. Obviously, because the game is Saturday for the Chicago Wolves. To get there, we have 5 tickets. You don't just get 1 or 2. You get 5 to the Chicago Wolves game Saturday night. No, not 1 or 2, even though we give away 1 or 2 for a lot of things, but not for this time. 5 for the Wolves coming up. But let's get to sports.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, Case being in Vegas is not here to defend or say anything about his White Sox, but they got blanked 8-0 to finish the A's, sweeping them on the south side. Really rough. But they head to Boston for a series starting tonight against the Red Sox. So make sure you watch that game on TV. Support your White Sox. It's tough. It's tough. As a Cubs fan, I want to clear the air. As a Cubs fan, I know Kenzie, obviously a huge Cubs fan.
Yes.
I want the White Sox to do well. I want the Cubs to do well. I want a Cubs-Sox World Series. I've dreamed of it for ever since I can remember. And it's only better when all the teams are doing well. It's exciting. I want the Crosstown Classic to mean something.
Amen.
It feels like it doesn't mean anything. That, back in the day, the rivalry between Cubs and Sox fans was so fun to rip to death the other team and the other side of the city. Now it doesn't feel like that. Now it's just like Cubs are doing well. Don't get me wrong, they're doing well right now. I want to, win first place. But if the White Sox aren't doing well, at least competitive, it's not as fun.
Right. No, I mean, it's like that with any game. Like, when you just completely 16-0, like when you play. When you're at that game, I mean, sometimes you leave even though you're winning because it's like, at the end of the day, even though you want to win, competitive games are 10 times more interesting.
Exactly. I want us. We have a bad stretch here with the Bulls collapsing like they did a couple days ago, and we'll get to the Bears in a second. But your first place Cubs come home for a tough stretch. So D-backs today. Now it's going to be 80. There's some rain later. Hopefully that game gets done before the severe weather comes in because it's a 1 o'clock start. But D-backs this weekend, they're good. Next week, the Dodgers, yeah, they're good. And then the Phillies next weekend. I'll be going to some of those games with my wife being from Philadelphia. I'll be at the Friday game next week. So, yeah, they're good. Tough stretch to challenge the first place Cubs right now. Should be an interesting week to, see where they're at. Also relating to the Cubs, heartbreaking news, Ronnie Woo Wickers, if you go to a Cubs game, you know who he is going through lung disease right now at 83 years old. I can't believe he's 83. I didn't realize he was that old. He's been going to games since 1957, and we wish him well. There's ways on the crew members page. They put a link up of the address to send him letters if you want to write him a letter of encouragement because he's trying to get to the games. He says, I take it one day at a time. I just enjoy it day by day. Yesterday, just like the home run ball, it's gone and it won't be back. Jesus is the quarterback. He calls all the plays, and you can't strike him out. That's what Ronnie Woo says about his fight right now. Serious lung disease. We're wishing him well. I got a great Ronnie Woo story.
You do?
If we go back in the day to the old, in the sludge days of Q101, I used to do these broadcasts on the rooftops. I called them Roof Rage. And this is when the rooftops, before the scoreboard blocked the rooftops, both scoreboards. So the rooftops were a party. They were out of control. And we're doing this. I'm talking way back. I'm talking Sammy Sosa era Cubs game this was, Kenzie.
Right.
I want to say this was 2003. That year, by the way, that they should have went all the way. So I'm doing a broadcast, and I had a bullhorn on the roof talking to the people. We had about 200 people up there on the rooftop. I'm doing my show live from there. And Ronnie Woo comes up, and Sammy Sosa comes up to bat. And Ronnie Woo starts going, as he did, Cubs, woo, Sosa, woo, Sosa, woo. And while he starts saying, Sosa, woo, I give him the bullhorn. I'm holding it, click it, and turn the volume all the way up on the bullhorn. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't believe how loud those things are, those bullhorns. So we're at the rooftop across on Waveland, and he's going, Sosa, woo, and it's echoing through. All of a sudden, the bleachers people, they turn around and look at us on the rooftop, and then I can even see people in right field looking over. It's carrying through Wrigley Field, and Sammy Sosa looks from home plate and waves over at us.
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
Now, what happened next wasn't awesome.
Oh, no.
The cops came up to the rooftop, and they said, who's in charge? So I hid. Behind the bleachers in the middle of the broadcast. And then finally they found me because I was holding the bullhorn, said bullhorn that caused the problem.
You're holding the murder weapon, huh?
Really dumb. Should have got rid of the weapon like they do in movies where they wipe the fingerprints off it.
Could have just at least set it down.
Anywhere I could have done anything better except for still holding the bullhorn when the police showed up. And they said, if you don't get rid of that bullhorn, you're going to jail. Now, they didn't confiscate it, which was interesting. I mean, it's a bullhorn. What are they going to do? Take a bullhorn back to the police station and say we confiscated
I
this?
think they can take whatever they want. They have guns. I'm like, okay, here you go.
They didn't do that, but they did say I'm going to jail if I turned it on again the rest of the broadcast, which I didn't.
The smart, good
Yeah.
call. You thought Sammy was waving at you. He's pointing. He's like, it's right there. Go get him.
That guy, he's distracting my
He
bat.
sent cops there.
It's unreal how loud it carried through all of Wrigley, a full house at Wrigley
Oh,
Field.
yeah,
It was-
that's so funny.
It was amazing. Finally, we'll finish with this with the NFL draft next week. Bears still have the 10 overall pick. A bill from Indiana has been designed to lure the Chicago Bears to Northwest Indiana. It's heading to the governor's desk.
What?
Now, I remember when they remodeled. Let's go back in the day again. When they redid Soldier Field to make it, looks like now like a UFO came in and crashed into it. I love the old Soldier Field. I loved it when it was still leaking water and it was falling apart. But then they fixed it up, but it didn't look so good when they fixed it up. And they tried to move to Indiana then, or at least Indiana offered a chance to come to Gary and build a stadium there.
See, I don't like that. Like, I'm okay with it being in any suburb, but, like, it should stay in the state. You know what I mean?
I think so, too. It'd be nice. No disrespect to Indiana,
no,
but
it's just that's like the state. It's like the state's team.
they're
You know
in
what I
this
mean?
state.
Yeah,
They're the Chicago Bears.
but it's in Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois. You can't be the Gary Bears.
That's what I'm saying. That's like, no, that's very confusing. It has to at least be in the state.
So it's House Bill 1292 established the Northwest Indiana Professional Sports Development Commission, trying to lure the Bears to Mike Braun's desk, the governor of Indiana, to get them to build a stadium there. Now, we've already told you. We broke this news. We told you this weeks ago. I think it was even a month or two ago, that after the draft, the Bears are going to announce that they're moving to Arlington Heights for sure. They have the land there. They're already developing it.
That's
and
where I want it.
I know you want it there. I still am sentimental and want it still where it is on the lakefront.
Oh my God, look at a picture. Who cares if you're sentimental?
I'm sentimental about that. I want to take the train, the red line on Roosevelt, and then walk over to it. 800.
Do you? How many times did you go last year?
Well, I went out front and protested when they lost, and people threw things at me.
Yeah, no, great.
When they were losing the first 3 games, it was embarrassing. I said, sell the team, and people threw things at me because people that go to the games are still very loyal.
You know what? You know what game you made it to last year? London. You would rather travel to London than Soldier Field.
I forgot about that already.
Yeah.
Jeez. The London game was outstanding. You know why? Because the stadium there was awesome. The Tottenham Stadium.
It was easy to get to. There was parking. It was easy to get in and out of. It was unbelievable how simple it was.
I remember saying when we were sitting there and having a few drinks in me, I said, can't we just move this stadium to where Soldier Field is and we'd be awesome? Tottenham Soccer Stadium was unbelievable.
I said we should do the show from now on from London.
Yeah, you did say that. You really didn't
And-
want to come home. I understand.
I know. My boss was a real prick about it.
How about it?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, here we go. A night at the Lyric Opera House with Billy Corrigan, 30-year anniversary of Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, November 21st through the 30th. And there are tickets available for some of these shows, so check it out. Go to Q101.com or Lyric Opera of Chicago. We're so sophisticated. I'm almost sad when this promotion's going to end because it makes us sound so sophisticated. We're one of
I
those.
know.
We're always on the outside, Kenzie. You know, the sophisticated people.
Not right now. Now we're laughing.
That's
Very
right.
smugly.
Yeah, heard from so many sophisticated people. Can we?
You know what? Rich people never laugh loud, and that annoys me. Like, you know how I know I'm broke? I laugh super loud. Because rich people are like,
Wait, give me that again. It was too low.
that's like a rich person laugh. I'm like, nah, broke AF. My laugh is so broke.
That is a real broke ass laugh. It really is.
You can hear it in
Yeah.
the air. I should have looked for a guy who's like, and then I should have like, my husband. I should have looked a mumble.
I can hear the debt in your laugh.
I know. It's so ghetto. Damn it. Nothing about my laugh is like generational wealth. You can tell.
Wait, give me your debt laugh again.
It's like, that's how I sound.
Now give me the rich laugh. You can pull it off though.
I know.
You can pull off the rich laugh.
Listen, if
Yeah.
somebody wants to make me rich, I can behave. I can
well,
behave.
No, I don't think
I
so.
can.
I don't think.
I'll wear a long skirt. I don't have to have my ass out.
Okay. Oh, you'll do those things. That's right.
I'll shorten my nails if you're going to pay for it.
You won't do that. I don't think you will.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
All right, it's Brian and Kenzie, and we're closing it out for the weekend. Remember, tomorrow, 8 to 10, we do the throwbacks, the funniest moments of the week. So 8 to 10 tomorrow on Q101. And who puts that up together? Josie puts that together, not Case. Case went to Vegas. He's watching some backyard wrestling, some Lucha Libre right now. He went for WrestleMania, but he's leaving before WrestleMania even happens. But Josie, we bring her in on the air. Thank you for a tremendous week of helping out behind the scenes. As you know what, Kenzie, I didn't notice any difference. Case,
I know, seamless, right?
Seamless.
That's so sweet of you to say. Thanks, Brian.
And like Brian and I usually at the end of the show have these raging headaches, and for some reason, the last 3 days, have you had a headache, Brian?
No, it's been very peaceful.
It's kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out what has been different. You know what I mean?
What
are
is
we
that
doing
common
different?
factor?
I don't know. All right. So, Josie, thank you. People love you on the phones and answering, and we could, we could just wish you a great deal of next week. Replacing Case would be wonderful.
Perfect.
All right. We do takeaways here. So, Josie, we'll let you do a takeaway first here from, these are from listeners all week long on the show or from today's show, something you found memorable or funny. Josie, what do you got?
Yeah, Joe checking in here. Takeaway, Brian's dad almost set him up with his cousin.
Oh.
Adorable. The one that got away.
Oh, it's like a princess story. Kenzie, what do you got?
I'm going to do a rare case of two.
Oh, okay.
312 texted in. Only psychopath eat ass to ears. Right? It's important. And then Dave's takeaway was you don't want to be in an alley with an ass first guy. And that's just true.
You'll have to listen to the podcast to understand that completely, which Josie has put together, and the podcast will be up there just like Case did, formally, because Marshall does a takeaway of the week. If Case has any shot of keeping Josie from stealing his job, he better show up with Portillo's cheese sauce on Monday. That's a fact. So the podcast is there for you all next week, including a big week next week. The Riot Fest announcement will be announced, as always, right here on this show with Riot Mike. That's coming up on Tuesday, I believe. So we'll have more of that on Monday. We'll just give you a more specific answer on everything. But Riot Fest, next week it starts. It's beginning. But first, as we go out, our house band, the Double Features, also have a takeaway that, yes, Josie's taking Case's job. That's just what it is. That's where we're at. So
Case is on a vacation far away, alone in Vegas like a loser. Josie's on the phone taking calls all day.
Yes, I am.
Give her a ring 'cause she's the new producer. Case is gonna lose his job tonight. Watching underground wrestling fights. Yeah, Case is gonna lose his job tonight.
have a stellar Easter weekend.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.